Hello, hello. Welcome to Business Spotlight USA. Monica Gunderson here with Chisel Action Coach, getting to do one of my favorite things, and that is having a conversation with a business owner. And today I'm super excited to have Zoe here from Z Boutique. Hello, Zoe.
Hi, Monica. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being on. I cannot wait for you to share your story. Why don't we get started with you telling us about your journey to business ownership?
Yeah, so we opened Z Boutique 10 years ago. We're just celebrating our 10th anniversary this past fall. And we are a women's plus size clothing boutique. Um, Leading up to opening this, I worked for other locally owned retailers and kind of fell in love with retail and small business, being able to really feel like I could make a difference within the company and like with the customers. And so, yeah, we came up with the idea and managed to make it 10 years so far. Um, and yeah, we're on the west side of Madison. Not sure what else.
Mhm. Great. So 10 years, that's really exciting. That's a great milestone for a business. That doesn't come without passion and hard work. So tell us and our viewers, what drives you? What is your passion behind Z Boutique that keeps it going?
Yeah, so I think, well, one thing is we're a plus size clothing boutique, and there's so few options for plus size women to shop at, especially a boutique experience. As a plus size woman, before we opened, I could shop online, I could shop in department stores, and then maybe like stores that were too young for me or too old, and there was never really anybody to like help me. And so I think like the passion and the drive behind Z Boutique is to give our customers that boutique shopping experience, to let them feel like seen, and we are here to help them and serve them. And we want them to just feel like they're, shopping with a girlfriend, but just somebody to take the time to like guide them through the process because you don't get that as a plus size woman. And so that's kind of just the motivation with like a lot of our decision making is how we can make everybody that walks through the door feel special and seen and served.
Yeah. So when you about serving them and creating that experience, you have a team around you. How about tell us what it's like to walk into Z Boutique or to chat with you? What does that experience feel and look like?
Yeah, so we're a small team. I'm one of the owners. I own it with my mom, who also has like a huge retail background. When I was growing up, she always worked at local boutiques and things like that too. And then we have another family member who's the silent partner. But so my mom and I are here most of the time, and then we've got part-time help, local gals that help model for us. We do a lot of live videos, that kind of thing. And so when somebody walks through the door, like I said, we're gonna loop them into our conversation, ask them questions, help guide them if they want the help. If they just want to browse, that's great too. It's just our goal to like make it a fun environment. We're always having fun here. We're trying on clothes, taking pictures, laughing. It's just, I mean, I just, it's, we're selling clothes. It's not rocket science. We want it to be a fun and happy and like uplifting environment. And so that's just how I think how it feels and how people tell us that it feels.
The experiences make a big difference, and it sounds like you have that fun environment, and you want people to feel it when they're coming in. What systems have you built with your mom in regards to ensuring that happens even when you're not there?
Oh, great question. I think as we're bringing on new employees, one of our training goals is to role play. So we might think of different scenarios that come up and then have them be able to practice how they'd interact with a customer and keep it fun and light and things like that. So just kind of making sure the whole team is on the same page in regards to how we want to treat our customers. We want to treat them all the same. Everybody's welcome here. that kind of thing. The other thing that's super important for us, because we're a plus size boutique, is to keep it like a really body positive space, kind of like weight neutral, no diet talk, that kind of stuff. And so many women fall into that trap of they stand in front of a mirror and they can only focus on the negatives. And so it's a lot of practicing of how to like redirect the things and ask people what they love about themselves, or when they look in the mirror, what do they see that makes them smile, and not get caught up on all the hangups. And so it's just a lot of conversations behind the scenes about how to deal with that, because I mean, they don't call it retail therapy for nothing. Like, I swear, I think half the time we're a little bit of therapists too, which is great, and it's very rewarding to, and then to have those same conversations with our customers as well. So
Yeah. And so when you highlight that, I'm sure you get some really positive feedback. And one of the great things is, to celebrate your wins. It's really important. So what is it top of mind accolades or, feedback that a customer has given you that just really warmed your heart?
oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Um, when this sounds awful, but like when a customer comes out of the fitting room with tears in their eyes, it's like, I never want to make anybody cry, but it's happy tears. It's tears of relief because they're in a store and everything they tried on fits. Like, it's not an experience you often get as a plus size woman. So that like is like, oh, I'm doing something right. But I have customers that, sending me birthday flowers for my birthday, not the store birthday. I mean, we really are building this community. And so for people, when they can, share their pictures of their new grandkid and feel, comfortable with me telling them about their dog or their trip coming up, and just to feel like I'm part of their life, and it's so rewarding.
Absolutely. When you talk about community and, the idea of, people belonging and feeling whole with you, tell us about what's your 3 to 5 year vision? Where is the boutique headed?
Oh gosh. Okay. So since the pandemic, we, of course, everybody had to pivot, but we did in particular, we introduced more like live selling. So we have an app and we do all these videos where we try clothes on and things like that. And it really is what saved us going through that tough time. So I want to keep going with that. Um, but I would love to grow our team. Right now, we are a small business. I'm doing a ton of it on my own, and we just have part-time help. So in my dream world, we would have, a full-time store manager who also loves to be in front of the camera and can help with some of the back-end online stuff too. Because I'd love a little bit more time to be able to like work on growing the business and not in the business as much. But, as a store owner, it's all about balancing. I know a lot of our customers see me as the boutique, and so they want to see me here. But it's hard to balance. I'm sure you hear it a lot from other owners too, of figuring out, how much can I be in the front of the house versus the back of the house to be able to work on the business. So long
Yeah.
term, it would be to like free up a little bit more of my time to be able to continue to grow.
Yeah. And, so many small business owners end up kind of more in a job, right? When you get started. And that's part of it. There's
Right.
a journey to true entrepreneurship, right? And so making sure that you're taking those steps and getting there is really important. And you have to be almost intentional, like you said, creating a brand awareness versus a Zoe
Yes.
relationship, and that transition. And when you've done so much, that will come in time. So
Yeah.
um, you talked about COVID a little bit. Thank goodness we're on the other side of that. When you think about, telling another small business retail space person, like, this is a challenge I faced. We overcame it. It's an obstacle we climbed. What would be that obstacle that you would share with them?
In terms of getting through COVID.
And you know what? It doesn't have to even be COVID related.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be. I know you mentioned it was challenging, but it can definitely be broader
Yeah.
business
Well, I
perspective
guess
as well.
in terms of COVID, or a big, change in our economy like that, to not be scared to pivot. I mean, we tried so many things. And it's okay if it's not perfect, like with the live videos. And I'm sure just like with this, it doesn't have to be super high production. If you make a mistake on camera, that's okay. Like people wanted us to be authentic. And so we just did everything we could to put ourselves out there to still, even though we weren't having that face-to-face interaction, to somehow build that connection with our customers to make sure we were still top of mind. I mean, we did live videos, we did pre-recorded videos, we did virtual fashion shows, we did shopping experiences with other boutiques virtually. Like we tried it all. And I think that ultimately, because we tried so many things, the pandemic was a blessing in disguise for us. We kind of figured out what worked for that. And then as we were able to transition more to in person, we were able to find a balance, and still figure out a way to give them a shopping experience online, even though we couldn't see them in person. So I guess the main point is just try it. Don't be scared to try it. And don't let like the fear of it not being perfect hold you back.
Absolutely. I was just on a coaching call, and it was like, even if you get 70% of it correct, that will work, right?
Right.
And 70% is better than a 0%. And
Yeah.
so that perfectionism is definitely something everybody should be working on societal wise as well as individuals, and that is really tough as a business owner. And so taking those brave and courageous actions is great advice. So we're going to go into a little bit of our questions, Zoe, and so share with the viewers what you feel is the key to success.
Well, gosh, I feel like a broken record, but I think it's like our relationships and our community that we built, and not just our customers, but like other small business owners, vendors we use. I think just having a relationship with people who we can lean on, ask questions, has helped us so much because nobody knows everything. We've been here for 10 years, but we still have so much to learn, and we couldn't do it without our community at all. I mean, even our customers, we still do customer surveys and things like that to make sure we're doing and giving them what they want. So yeah, couldn't do it without our community.
I don't think, when you say it like a broken record, relationships, people, community, all of those are so key. When you disconnect, because you obviously are passionate and very connected, and when you disconnect from work, what are some of your favorite things to be doing?
Yeah. I mean, I always tell people I don't have kids. Z Boutique is my baby. I love it here. I love coming to work every day, but I do need to disconnect and I need to be better at it. I'm a big reader. I love to read. I love to cook and I love to bake. And my husband and I we've got a group of friends we play board games with and get together, have snacks, that kind of thing. So yeah, just low key things not in front of a screen ideally is nice.
Right. And if I was to put a magic wand in the mail to you today that you could use on any part of your business with some fairy dust, what would you use it for in your business today?
Oh my gosh. Top of mind right now would be like finding the perfect team members. Like I want to take little parts of all of our part-time people and like make one super amazing employee. It's really hard to find help, especially part-time help right now. And yeah, so I think that's top of mind. Of course, we're hiring at the moment, but long term, maybe like marketing done for me. I like doing it, but it's something that kind of hangs me up a little bit. So.
You know, that marketing machine, and it's critical to
Yeah.
what you're doing. So, so how can people visit you, find you online? Tell everybody how they can reach you.
Yeah. So we have a website. It's just z.boutique. There's no .com. the .boutique is the .com. So if you just type z.boutique, it'll take you to our website. We also have an app that you can download. It's free, and you can shop on it, but we also do like live videos and fit videos and like TikTok style videos on there. And we're super active on social media. Our handle is Z Boutique Madison on Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, and then of course in store, we're on Mineral Point Road in Madison in the Homestead shop. So we're just down from True Stage and like kitty corner from Oakwood Village, if people are familiar with the area.
Okay, great. So definitely, your shop is beautiful. We can see it in the background. So
Thank you.
definitely looks like a fabulous place to visit. So Zoe, as we wrap up here today, I always like to leave people with some inspiration. And so I like to end with you sharing with everyone what most inspires you.
Hmm. What most inspires me in terms of my business? Making a difference when somebody walks through the door and I can tell they feel better about themselves when they leave. There's like, that's why I do it. And it's just, silly. If it's something as silly as a new shirt, if that's what can help, or even just a conversation, that's like why we do it. Yeah, I think that's what inspires me.
Yeah. And I'm sure that when you get up and you can go right? And someone's coming in and you make that difference, I'm sure it's
Yeah,
very inspiring. So,
yeah.
well, thank you so much, Zoe, for sharing your story with us. It has been an absolute pleasure. Congratulations on celebrating 10 years.
Thank
And
you.
I look forward to everybody hearing your story, and I look forward to people coming and visiting you. So thank you
Oh,
so much, Zoe.
us too. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.